when you're traveling, there are three big problems. One is visa problem. I don't want to talk about this because I get really nervous about this thing of visas. Then second one is communication, languages. And third one is disease. Right, so as I left France, when I was 17, I had a big dream, but also a big problem, no money. I had $2 US dollars in my pocket, that is nothing, so I had to work. I did not plan 18 years ahead of time, you cannot do that. I did not tell my father and mother, bye-bye, see you in 18 years from now, but that's what happened. Now I'm back and I see that things happen very logically. The first 7 years of those 18 years, I spent them learning languages. And I had to work. So first country of them all to learn English, I went to Scotland. Yes. And then I went to Spain for Spanish. I worked also in Germany to learn German and in Italy to learn Italian. I spent about 2 years in each country doing any kind of job, like I worked as a waiter, as a cook, switchboard operator, and my most shining job, and it was shining all right, was in Italy, shoe shine boy.
Ah.
So I was not paid well, but I learned those languages. Between Spain and Germany, I spent 2 years in the Congo, Africa. This is because I am French citizen, and if I don't go to the army, I don't get a passport. And without that bit of cotton, you cannot travel today. Mind you, in the future, to see passports, you will have to go to museum. People will ask, what was the use of that bit of cotton? Oh, you know, before to go 50 kilometers, you had to show this.
Yeah.
So, but for me it was fabulous. It was a new continent also. And then I wanted to learn also Russian. But I could not get in because of communism, Brezhnev, no visa. Instead of it, I landed in Canada, and that was 1965. In those days, you did not have guides like today, like Lonely Planet. And today I prepare my trip before going. I write it down on a piece of paper, and then I can follow to the hour and to the dollar. Not in those days, no information. When I reached Canada, I realized they pay you more in North America than in Europe. I said, well, now it's time to save money. And that's what I did for 3 years in Toronto, in 1965, 66, and 67. I worked as a translator. With that money from Canada, instead of buying a car, I used it to realize my dream, my childhood dream, to see the whole world. And the last 6 years of those 18 years, I did not work. I only hitchhiked around the world, spending my savings from Canada, drop by drop. $1 a day, talking about US dollar. It's very good for your figure, you can see, but very bad for your stomach. That dollar of those years between 67 and 73 is $5 US today. It's not much for traveling. Mm. Now, people ask, how is it possible with a dollar to go around the world? You can understand, because first I never paid for transport. I only hitchhiked. Hitchhiking means you go from one point to the other for free. Problem, I hitchhiked altogether 400,000 kilometers. This is the distance between the Earth and the Moon. And in those days, with this hitchhiking, I visited 135 countries. Now, problem is when you hitchhike around the world, if you look at a map of the world, you will see that 2/3 of the Earth is not Earth, it is water. I know one man, he can walk on water, but every time I try, I drown. So I had to get free rides on cargo boats, sailing boats, airplanes. I even got free rides on trains, with taxis, donkeys, bicycles, anything moving for free was good. The other thing, I never slept in a hotel. It's very easy to say, but I mean, I was in Alaska, it was below 45 degrees for 6 weeks. You better find a shelter within 5 minutes or you are dead. Mm. And so all that dollar was used for visas, to pay visas, and also for food. It was not much, and I could not even go to a restaurant. So I was kind of forced to go to marketplaces for food, to eat in the street. But the main idea was to be in contact with people. You see, hitchhiking, going to marketplaces, that's where the heart of the life of the country is. If you sleep in Sheraton Hotel, good comfort, but people don't live like in Sheraton Hotel. So I was always in contact. And what I've done in those 18 years is not a tour of the world. It is rather a tour of mankind.
Right.
You see, I was interested in the heart of people, not in kilometers or adventure, although there is plenty of kilometers and plenty of adventure. What I